eye on education.
So our center's mission is very simple. It's to advance STEM literacy. And that's a large collaborative effort. We can't do that on our own. So I think of the center as a sandbox where other specialists, experts, faculty, students, staff, the community can come and build something that will help us accomplish that mission.
I want to start with your book. It was published by Cambridge University Press.
That's right.
And this is about an ancient burial practice. And I want to hear more about this topic and the book. We'll see some photos of what the book is all about, too.
Fantastic. Yes. So the book's topic is on Roman sarcophagi, which is a tongue twister of a term, but it just means coffins. I study ancient Roman funerary art, specifically ancient Roman coffins. And
these are large stone coffins.
Yes,
right?
they're massive. They're
Yes.
carved out of stone, sometimes limestone, but usually out of hugely expensive single blocks of marble. And they're some of the most impressive, jaw-droppingly beautiful monuments to survive from the ancient world.
And was that your interest? Was the beauty in terms of this subject?
That's part of it. I mean, just the sheer aesthetic power of these gorgeously, lavishly carved objects. That's certainly part of it. But part of it too is that funerary art has always intrigued me. And that's because, well, for several reasons. A part of it is that if you want to learn what a culture holds most dear, the fastest and easiest way to do that is to look at their funerary art. You want to know what a culture holds most important in life? Look at how they commemorate the lives and the deaths of people from that culture. And since the ancient Romans are, without a doubt, the single most important civilization in the history of the West, and can probably tie with the ancient Chinese civilization for being the most important ancient civilizations ever, that gives this project a kind of special power.
Leslie, let me start with you, and I'm curious to find out about your major and how you chose it.
Yes, my major is aviation flight and management. The way I chose that, I originally wanted to become a flight attendant, and the more I did research, the more I thought, like, what was it that really brought me in? And a lot of it had to do with continuing my education. So as a flight attendant, I could go in with just my high school diploma, but as a first generation, continuing my education was really important to me. And I knew that I could do that if I became a pilot.
Paolo, that was beautiful. Tell me about that selection. Thank you for being here today and why you chose it too, because everyone would be curious. How did that become the beginning to this program?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad to be here. The piece I've just played is taken from one of the 6 suites for cello solo composed by Johann Sebastian Bach, who is one of the greatest composers of the Western classical music history. And he was probably the first composer who believed that the cello could be a soloistic instrument, an instrument without anyone else, basically, an instrument that could play by itself.
So that's always been one of your favorites?
Yeah, and this piece in particular is probably one of the most famous in the cello repertoire, for sure.
Dorothy had to go all the way to Oz to realize there is no place like home. We realize that there is no place like Southern Illinois. 50–60% of our students come from Southern Illinois.
More than half.
Exactly. So what we have to do is take care of home. There is no place like home. So we want all of our students to recognize that they have a top-tier institution in their backyard and to take advantage of it. It's more affordable. You get a chance to go home and get that home-cooked meal whenever you want to. Some of the people in northern Illinois, they say, this is the farthest you can be away from home without being out of state. And we love that. The area, the climate, it's just a great place to be.
Tell me how you chose Southern Illinois University, Carbondale for school.
I would have to say the one thing, I'm local, but also when I was thinking about it, it was here and it was Northern. Those were my two choices when it comes to the fashion programs. Southern Illinois has a heartbeat that everyone is resonating, trying to help you to succeed. The fashion program is smaller. The faculty, they get to really know you. They really encourage me to really go out there and test the limits. And also the landscape of SIU, to me, is therapeutic because certain days when things don't go right, you don't get the test score that you want, or you didn't perform in the way that you wanted to, I go for a walk, and the grasslands, the different types of insects and everything is just so therapeutic. It's not as noisy. It's not a concrete jungle.
Yes.
So that really did it for me. The landscape really, I was like, I could picture myself here